The 2015-2016 Harley-Davidson Tri Glide Ultra. It's now cool to be seen on a trike. No longer is a trike the ride of old guys too infirm to hold up a two-wheeler. Two things excite me about the Harley-Davidson Tri Glide Ultra: it's a Harley and it's one of a Harley's Project Rushmore bikes. As a biker's old lady, right away I'm excited about a new Harley with that Harley look, feel and sound. Add to that what I know about Project Rushmore, and I already know I'm going to like the Tri Glide Ultra FLHTCUTG. Continue reading to see my review on Harley-Davidson's Tri Glide Ultra. Design: if you want a fairing that gives you smoother air flow and reduces head buffeting, the Tri Glide Ultra has that. The Tri Glide Ultra has Project Rushmore improvements and innovations all through it, from the steering head with stiffer front forks and twin Daymaker LED headlamps and fog lamps in the front, to saddlebags and Tour-Pak luggage carriers with one-touch opening storage and an integrated trunk in the back. In Project Rushmore, the folks at Harley not only asked riders what they wanted, but they worked with riders through development and testing to make sure it was right. If you want a fairing that gives you smoother air flow and reduces head buffeting, the Tri Glide Ultra has that. If you want to stow two full-face helmets in lockable storage, the Tri Glide Ultra lets you do that. With ergonomic hand controls, boom box 6.5 GT audio system and voice-activated infotainment system for your music, phone and GPS, you have the comfort and convenience of a sound system to rival those enjoyed by cage drivers. Chassis: the folks at Harley designed the chassis from the ground up because they know a trike chassis has different forces at work than a two-wheeler. To optimize steering, they lengthened and raked the front forks, now enlarged to 49 mm, and stiffened the triple tree. While the steering head is set to 26 degrees, an offset in the triple tree kicks it on out to 32 degrees with 3.94 inches of rake. The air-adjustable shocks on the swingarm suspension make adjusting for load a non-event, and with a GVWR of 1,700 pounds, that's okay in my book. The front forks come with 4.6 inches of travel and set preload and damping values, but the air shocks in back provide infinite ride adjustment and 3 inches of travel. Stopping power comes from 3-wheel linked brake system, with 6-piston fixed front and single-piston floating rear calipers. Also note the foot-actuated dual parking brake. The linked brakes kick in whenever the rear brake is actuated first, and the system sends brake pedal pressure to 2 of the 6 pistons in the front calipers. This gives you a little extra safety for panic stomps, but I would remind you that 60 to 70% of your stopping power is still on the front wheel, so don't rely on the linked brakes exclusively. The calipers bind a pair of big 300 mm discs on the front wheel and a 270 mm disc on each of the rear wheels. Cast wheels round out the rolling chassis on a pair of 15-inch, 7-spoke rims on the swingarm, and a 16-inch rim in the forks. Drivetrain: Harley ISN and #039T kitting about high output. This engine has more torque, has higher compression and can dissipate more heat than any Harley twin-cam engine before it. Now we get to the meat of it. The Tri Glide Ultra is powered by the twin-cooled high-output twin-cam 103 trademark engine. Harley isn't kidding about high output. This engine has more torque, has higher compression and can dissipate more heat than any Harley twin-cam engine before it. This partially liquid-cooled engine circulates coolant through the head and around the exhaust valves to a radiator tucked away behind lower fairings, keeping the heat away from the rider and passenger. Bolt this to a 6-speed cruise drive transmission, and you're cruising down the highway in top form. And since we can't always move forward, the Tri Glide Ultra features electric reverse actuated by hand controls on the handlebars. Torque numbers like 106.2 pound-feet at 3,750 revolutions per minute put the Tri Glide Ultra into a sort of power tourer category, and the rear traction allows you to make use of it. Harley's trikes with this particular engine are known for strong, straight-line acceleration, so even though this is a proper tour bike with all the trimmings, you can expect a pretty lively ride out of it. Pricing: for 2015, the base trike in vivid black starts at $32,999. If you want mysterious red sunglow, your build starts at $33,849. Two-tone colors, mysterious red sunglow and blackened cayenne sunglow or white hot pearl and blue hot pearl, start at $34,349 and custom color black magic starts at $34,749. Pricing for 2016 is $500 more but with some awesome new paint choices. MSRP for Vivid Black is $33,499, or you can get it shot in the new billet silver for $34,349. Two tones include Deep Jade Pearl, Vivid Black, New Billet Silver, Vivid Black, or New Mysterious Red Sunglow, Velocity Red Sunglow, and go for $34,849. Cosmic Blue Pearl or Purple Fire, Blackberry Smoke custom colors, both new for 2016, will run you $35,249. As always, Harley is the king of paint, but you pay for it. Competitor. Trikes have always been kind of niche vehicles, with very little to choose from outside the custom sector. Lately, this has begun to change with the advent of the backwards trike concept that runs with the two wheels up front and a single in back. Stable and agile, this type of three-wheeler presents a serious threat to the old guard with their traditional setups, so let's check on this battle for three-wheeled touring supremacy. In the red corner, we have the Spyder RT Limited, the top-of-the-line touring model from Can-Am, and in the blue corner, you guessed it, the Tri Glide Ultra. The visual impact of each ride is markedly different. Harley cuts the same figure as one expects from its tour bikes. Big fairing, windshield, saddlebags, and a tour pock over the usual bucket seat and chrome bling. In fact, in silhouette from the side, it can be difficult to pick the Trike out of the other FLHT models. Can-Am takes a different approach with molded body panels that leave the RT looking much like a sports car up front, with a sort of Goldwing-ish rear end complete with a trunk and passenger throne with armrests. Honestly, it almost looks like something BMW would put together, and you are welcome to read anything into that you like. Can-Am powers the Spyder RT with the Rotax 1330 ACE advanced combustion efficiency mill that cranks out 96 pound-feet versus the 106.2 pounds from the high-output 103, not enough difference to make a difference, really. Of course, the Harley lump is prettier to look at, in fact you can't even see the RT motor, but I like to see a big V-twin, me. Price-wise the Spyder RT gets a win at $30,949, for that you get a powerful engine, ABS, traction control and a cornering stability system, plus push-button rear suspension adjustment on the fly and a semi-automatic tranny. The Tri Glide comes with a few G-Gauze such as GPS, linked brakes and a slipper clutch starting at $33,499 in black, and going on up to $35,249 for the top-shelf paint options. I think perhaps you might get more ride for your buck out of the Can-Am, but you lose that Harley look and classic, American panache. Decisions. He said. My husband and fellow writer, T.J. Hinton, says, I like the Tri Glide Ultra for what it is, but I don't like trikes in general. They don't corner like a bike, and as long as I can hold a bike up, I'm going to stay on two wheels. Ask me again in 20 years. She said. I wanted to find some little tidbit not to like about the Tri Glide Ultra so I don't come off sounding like sales promo. I can't. It has the classic look that I love, it feels like a Harley and it has that distinctive Harley sound, the sexy lope of the 45-degree engine. It's a trike, so I can't drop it, nor do I have to muscle the weight of it, and the Project Rushmore improvements and innovations make this a joy to ride. Starting at $33 grand, it's in the midlife crisis price range, but Harleys in general just don't feel like midlife crisis machines. They're elegant, and there's nothing midlife crisis about that. Specifications.
If you liked this video, please share your thoughts in the comments below and don't forget to hit the subscribe button.